Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I'm over here in Watcher of Realms once more, and I'm gonna try to get some of these dailies done. I've got the harbor master going out. I've got the mine checked and bow route checked and things of that nature. So I've done some of the things, but there's still a good bit left to do, I would say. So we're going to start off by coming over to let's see, I think we'll go to events first. Check this event sign in. We have here one ancient summoning crystal to claim. There's a number of events going on. We got the Duel of Champions that's fighting in the arena to receive rewards. We have 192 points in that. 300 is the maximum for getting rewards in that for this, so we have a ways to go, but not too very much. 2 days left and 3 hours on that, so got a bit of time there. We also have Brave Conquest running. That you earn these rewards by looting gear pieces and meteorites from gear raids and artifact material raids. So there's quite a ways left to go on that meter, that progress meter. That's what I think I'm going to try to call them, as a progress meter. That seems like a good thing. Anyway, still a good ways to go there. We are not too far off from getting this set of 2 ancient summoning crystals right there. We have 5,520 points. Need 6,000 to get that. We've also got Tales of the Smith. Oh, sorry. Brave Conquest ends in 3 hours. Tales of the Smith ends in 3 hours as well. And that's for enhancing gear. We may be able to get a little further in that before the night's through. We have here Lucky Roulette. So we've got 12 spins on the wheel for that. Let's go ahead and do those real quick and see what we've got to work with. Probably will end up with a little more stamina from this at some point. So we got 15 diamonds, 3 ancient summoning crystal shards, 60,000 gold, and 20,000 XP potions for that spin. Let's do these last, for those 10 spins, I should say. Do these last 2 spins that we have at the moment. We got 1 ancient summoning crystal shard and 20,000 gold for that. Another thing going right now is a spiritual altar, so you get points for summoning, guys. We have 5,581 right now. The next thing that we could claim would be at 5,950 points, and it is 300 diamonds. That seems like it might be something I may want to go ahead and try to get, because 300 diamonds is a few summons worth of diamonds, and it feels like if we throw a few summons at it, that's not a bad trade. We also have a zombie invasion that's still going on for another 5 days and 3 hours. Spiritual altar, by the way, ends in 3 hours, and Immortal Codex is still happening. I do need to do some of that at some point. Alright, so that's where we're at the moment. Let's get out of here. I think I should probably start some of these Gear Raid 1s running for the Lost Legacy Oracle Trial, because that way we can go ahead and get some progress on a couple of things. The Oracle Trial, obviously, and its progress meter, and also the Brave Conquest. So we'll go ahead and click start there. Then I'm going to use 2 of these huge stamina potions, and then we can start this running in the background. Go to max and start there, and that'll get us a little ways into that. Hopefully it will get us these 8 gear recasting hammer shards. I've never actually used a gear recasting hammer, but I figure that at some point I probably will. Okay, having started that, let's head over to, I think we head over to the shop at this point and see what kind of freebies we have for the day. On the daily luck, we have 20 diamonds, 40,000 gold, and 100 stamina. Then we come down here to the W Gold shop, and we have the chest over here to the left, gives us 30 stamina. Regular bundle, we've got a chest on the left with 1 arena permit in it, and then of course we have the weekly freebie, which is 1 rare summoning crystal. Picked all that up, and now I think I may go ahead and do a couple of summons, perhaps. We have a special ancient summoning shard, crystal rather, so we may as well use that and see if we can get anything. We've got Sargak and Nastya on the banner at the moment. I don't know really anything about them. I mean, other than the fact that obviously Nastya is a lord, says she's Lord of the Esotericists, so that's cool. I could probably use the Lord in that. And it says that Sargak is arena mastery, implying that he does well in the arena, I think. Hey, Ruben, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a little while. But we got Beirut, the 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction. He is a Lord, which is cool. Beirut is a roughneck faction leader of the Watchguard. His mechanical fists wreak havoc with burn damage. Yeah, look at that twisted up fellow right there. Beirut. He also pushes people back when he hits them, which is pretty cool. So, we got him. And then, what else might I want? Looks like I have 11 summoning crystals. Hey, Cody, how you doing, man? So we have 11 of these. The question is, what do I want to do with it? I think I'll come over to the Crazy Invocation of Spirits, where we have 2 times the chance of getting a legendary hero. And why not? Let's go for it. Throw some into this. Cody says, Guan Yu, by the way, is coming the 20th instead of the 27th, I guess. Cool. What's the deal with Guan Yu? What do we know about him? I saw that there was a new hero coming of some kind, but I cannot remember his name. Maybe that's the one you're talking about. I'm not sure. Alright, so we got Praetor, the 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, Praetor defends the weak while in constant search of his lost love. Let's see, what else we have here? Orivian says AoE physical attack. Well, that's cool. Cody says it's going to be really, really good for AoE content / matrix. Here we have Walgrak, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrak slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. So, alright, the matrix. Is that one of the things that opens up whenever you finish off all the gear rates? All the, like gear raid 1, 2, and 3? Okay, so we got Sorzus here, the 3-star mage from the Nightmare faction. Advisor to the Nightmare Legion. Sorzus preys on the weak. He does exceptional damage to low HP enemies. I've tried out Sorzus a little bit, but I haven't really been impressed with him. Anytime that I've tried him, and maybe I just haven't gotten him, maybe I haven't gotten him in the right circumstance to be useful, I'm not sure. Cody says, once you beat Apocalypse 1/2, I believe, the weekly boss. Alright, cool. I'm in no danger of that anytime soon. Alright, so here's Jonas, the 2-star fighter, a classic drunkard with a spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in a fight. That's another one that I want to learn more about, and like from the lore standpoint, like, what's up with Jonas? Like, who was he playing, for? What team was he on when he deserted? What's the deal with him, right? Here's Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Unshakable and accurate, Liam can attack multiple enemies simultaneously from an impressive distance. And as I've said many times, I feel like he's, if not the strongest green guy, then definitely one of the strongest. Skolf, 3-star fighter with a galvanizing roar. Skolf boots allies and lays enemies low, able to regenerate health when low. And then we have Arlo, the 2-star fighter, a masked man of the people. Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. Sorzus, the 3-star mage from the Nightmare faction once more. He is the same guy as he was a minute ago. Basically, he's supposed to kill off low HP guys really well. And we're following that up with this new guy that I've never seen before to my knowledge. His name is Ardath. Maybe I have, but I don't recall ever seeing him. He's a 4-star defender from the Esotericist faction. Too angry to die, Ardath attacks multiple enemies at a time and is able to regain HP from these enemies. Well, that sounds cool. Gluttony's like that. So maybe they have some similarities. I don't know. That's interesting. So we got 50 diamonds for sharing that. Rubian says, yeah, you can use him in your esoteric faction trial. Absolutely, because I certainly do need some esotericists for sure. So we got those 50 diamonds there. I like it. My eternal duty is all that remains sacred, he says. All right. It feels like your eternal duty would have to be like the primary thing, though, right? Like that's, I mean, if you know what your eternal duty is, I'm pretty sure you have to kind of put that as number one priority, right? I don't know. Feels like that. Right. And then we have yet again Walgrak. He's the fellow who uses his putrid magic to increase his speed while he slows enemies or something like that. He does things. And then we have Liam once more, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. All right, so we used those up. We're feeling okay about that. Come over to events. We got something in the spiritual altar to claim, and it is in fact that 300 coveted diamonds that we hoped to get. So all is well in that regard. Let's get out of there. Come over to quest, where we have in fact completed one summon, and can claim these 2 golden cogs and 2 4-star psychic powers shards. If it was 2-star psychic powers, that would be super cool. But it's just the shards. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's give our friendship points. We haven't done that today. Let's do it. All right, friendship points to all of my lovely friends. By the way, if you're not a friend with me on here yet, be sure to send me an invite, and let's be friends. The more, the merrier, right? And for that, we get to claim these 10 friendship points and 2 golden cogs. And then I think next I'm going to go to level up heroes 3 times. And actually, first and foremost, I want to check the awakens and see if I need to awaken anyone, because I have a habit of forgetting to do that. And just in case I have someone waiting to be awakened, I think it's not a bad idea to check. I just have to remember that I also have to level somebody up a few times. I've been halfway working on Lubu. Ooh, who's this? Is this a new person? Vic Sarah. Now, how do I not even know about her? Like, I must have... I know nothing about this character. I obviously had to have seen her when she came out. Now, this is the one I just got Ardath. But this is, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I got her. Gonna have to look at her later, obviously. It says she's a single target magic attack, continuous damage, and an ally buff. Cool. That could be good. I don't know. Gonna have to check that out. Rubian says, I see you still have the mysterious yellow dot on your storage. Absolutely, and I keep checking almost every day. I go and check it out, and I can't find what that yellow dot is all about. Or the orange, I feel like it's an orange dot versus, it's almost flesh colored, right? But regardless, it doesn't seem to be denoting anything. Cody says, gotta love making friends. Absolutely. Oh, Cody, you had a yellow dot also, huh? And you think that Vixera is a solid character. Well, that's good. The description, the little one-line descriptions of her abilities looks cool. Again, I will have to look into that when I get a chance. Not at the moment, I think. But certainly sometime soon. It looks like probably if I was, I'm a fool. I'm on attributes. I'm not on the awaken right now. I must have done that whenever I went to her. And I must have flipped off of her. I also haven't really looked at Micah yet. Let's go to the awaken window again and then try once more. Scrolling down here and hopefully seeing things. Alright, cool. So there's apparently no one else that needs to be awakened. Cool. In that case, I'm back over to attributes and I'm going to go up here, because I have been working on Lubu a little bit, trying to get him up in level a little at a time. I think maybe I did. Okay, I did get him up. Okay, so I think then in that case, the next thing I was trying to do was level some people up so that I could eat them to promote some people. And I don't really remember who I was working on promoting right now. But somebody... Pretty sure. Oh, how interesting. I need to get some pieces for her, it looks like. She's at level 60 though, so it's not blocking. She's not being blocked from leveling. Oh, okay, so it was Rosalia that I was trying to star up. That makes sense. All right. I can't do it yet. As you can see, I only have two guys. Um, but we can go to quick star up and see where I was at. Looks like I've got this guy who can be brought up to eating status. So let's go ahead and do that. And that way we'll have one more ready whenever I'm ready to do that. So that makes three. And I just turned 12, so we can come over and check out Root. He doesn't have anything very fun and exciting yet. All right. In that case, that means we just finished this quest about leveling heroes up 3 times. And let's see. Peruvian says you told her, pulled her probably yesterday in Ancients, I think, Sarah. Very possibly. And then he says, rolled her. Yeah. So it's a high possibility. I don't recall it, but I may have been half asleep or something when I was pulling. There's a possibility. Okay, so we got 2 golden cogs and 1 stamina potion sample for that. Okay, I think I can go and claim the Tide Onslaught reward. I'm just going to claim the loot. I'm not going to try to do the wave or anything like that. At some point soon, I'll try to check and see if I can update who's in this this Tide War business and try to make it more likely to win it. But as it is, I'm just claiming the Tide Onslaught rewards because, I don't know, it's just not that important to me, I think. So, we got 46 Legendary Skill Dust, 352 Talent Points, 34 Epic Skill Dust, 1 Imperial Pharaoh Guard Demon Soldier Shard, 15,500 gold, 50 Stamina, 96 Rare Skill Dust, 1 Skeleton Guardian Demon Soldier Shard, 1 Elite Skeleton Archer Demon Soldier Shard, and 1 Lizardfly Imago Demon Soldier Shard from that exciting experience. Get out of there. I also need to probably assign some of the Tide points at some point in there. But for now, we're just all about claiming this reward here and getting our 1 stamina potion sample and 2 golden cogs. And then we want the box at the top for 35 diamonds and 2 golden cogs. Arubian says could add a Tide talent. Yeah, I could. just not into it at the moment, Alright, obtain a daily chest from Hyperion. 35 stamina there. And then the last thing on this list for the dailies is clear faction travel on any difficulty level 1 time. So we can go there. And actually, let's go look. Okay, I still have some background fights running at the moment. So I don't think that I'll do that. Because I'm just going to use a quick clear on the basic one. Now, as far as the other faction thing, let's see what's going today. And if I want to. Trial of the Infernal. Let's see what that looks like. Map info. Okay, it's this one, yeah. Alright. I could try it. It's probably been a little while since I tried it. Let's see what it looks like over here. Looks like just BP is 286,720. Our current BP is 426,104. I appear to have some naked people on my team. I'm not sure if I want them. Who is this chick here? Let's see. Aylin. Okay, I haven't tried Aylin yet. She's a healer that I recently got. Leveled her up, looks like to level 50. And I haven't even done these promotions. What am I doing? Wow, that's how far behind I am with this chick. Okay, so we got Lunar Haven skill unlocked, okay? Lunar Haven says when Divine Moonlight, which does increases base healing by 1%, reaches 25 stacks, increases healing multiplier by 20%. Additionally, allies in range will receive 10% less damage. That's neat. Yeah, and then of course her stats went up along with that. Now we're going to increase her range significantly with this next boost, which that's pretty massive right there. It's the Dao Chan range. So let's do that. Cody says, dang, and she's A1. Didn't realize you had her. Yeah, I just pulled her. I don't know exactly when I pulled her, but but I had read her stats at the time, or her skills, and I thought she seemed like she would be pretty good, but at the same time, like I already have so many good healers. I wasn't. I mean, I'm happy to have her, but I wasn't like feeling like I needed to necessarily knock her up to level 60 right away. Cody says she's super good, one of my favorite healers. Iridian says she's really good for all sorts of things. Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't remember what all she has. I just remember reading the skills and thinking, oh, well, she seems pretty good. I think that, um, I think that I felt at the time like she could have some uses, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so increase the range there. Okay, so now we're going to promote her up again. And we're going to unlock this Solidarity. Solidarity says for every one allied target in range, increases base healing by 1% and acquires one additional stack of Divine Moonlight. That's the thing that increases base healing by 1%. So that's cool. So the more people you have near her, the better she heals. That's cool. All right. And then we'll promote her again with these gold pieces here. And that just increases all of her stats by a little bit. And the next time that I'm able to promote her, which won't be instantly, she's going to receive one stack of Divine Moonlight every 1 second, stacking up to 50 times. That's cool. So the longer that she's out, the more healing she's going to do, and the more people who are around her, the more healing that she's going to do. So that's cool. Okay, let's see here. Cody says she's a champ you won't regret building. Yeah, I had I knew that I put her on the good list. So sometime I ought to take a picture of my list. It's crazy. I just write on this sheet of paper. So I have like one column that's good, and then I have the other column that's mediocre. And then if they're less than what I consider mediocre, then I just don't have them on here at all. But she is the most recent one that I've added. So as for the most recent ones that I've put on for the good list, I've got Aelin, Eliza, and Talon. So those are the last 3 that I've added on the good list. On the mediocre list, the last ones that I've added were Micah, Kai, and Ares. So just to give you a little idea of what that looks like. Iridian says she'll be a big help for you in Gear Raid 2. Hint, hint, hee hee. Okay, Gear Raid 2, I never remember which one is which. Is Gear Raid 2, is that the one where there's the barricades? And, or is that the one with the sandstorm guy? I think it's the one with the barricades. Maybe not. Maybe that's I don't know. I don't have any idea. All right. So, Aelin, cool. Let's go back over here. Sandstorm guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I could understand. More healing over there is definitely better. Let's see. I think that the last time that I played that, it was like there were these guys at the top, and you had these platforms that you're putting your people on, and I think they were healing themselves. I believe the enemy was healing themselves faster than I could damage them, and that's why I wasn't able to get past that at the time. I think so. Her heals are just really good, says Cody. Yeah, that's what I think. Like, when you look her over, okay, I'll show everybody here. Okay, so she has Aria of Moon. When triggered, increases the hero's healing multiplier by 70% and speeds up heals by 100% for 15 seconds. But then, just for her basic attack, she grants attack-based healing to all allies in range, and that range is pretty hefty little range there. So then, Lunar Haven, when Divine Moonlight reaches 25 stacks, increases healing multiplier by 20%. Additionally, allies in range will receive 10% less damage. And those that are stacking, they're stacking up. Okay, so for every one allied target in range, increases base healing for 1% and acquires one additional stack of Divine Moonlight. But yeah, if you look over here at this talent, once I get that, then she's going to get a stack of Divine Moonlight every second, stacking up to 40 times. So that means after 25 seconds, right? So when you come over to this one, it says when Divine Moonlight reaches 25 stacks. So that will be 25 seconds after placing her, right? I think so. And at that point, her healing multiplier will increase by 20%. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then additional allies in range will receive 10% less damage. That seems like a good deal overall. So yeah. Cody says she's great for the healer immortal codex as well. I'm sure that's true. And I had intended to try to use her in that whenever I got her. But again, and that's one of the reasons I did get her up to level 50. Couldn't get her any higher because I'm out of guys to eat right now, as you could see. But I do think that I'm sure she would be good there, yeah. I haven't tried the Immortal Codex again since the first time, and I don't think I've done the second one of those, whatever it is, this time around either yet. I just haven't taken the time to do it. But let's see, I don't have any more cards to use to promote her right now. But I think, let's see, what do I have going here for me? Looks like I have, okay, I had Autumn as the healer in this group. Not sure why, trying to remember. Probably for the DPS increase, actually. I'm thinking, okay, I don't think that dying was actually an issue. I may want to use her instead of Aelin here. Because I don't think that my guys were dying. I think that they were just piling up and getting past. And so what we need here is more DPS, not so much more healing, if that's the case. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I don't see anything that's going to be super... Okay, we do have Scorch if we need him, but I think we only have a few spots we can put melees, as I recall. I think there are 3 positions, maybe, the melee could be placed in this. Possibly 4, but not more than 4. We currently have... Looks like I have 2 in the group, so I was probably trying to increase the DPS because they're just getting through. I believe so. So let's put some clothes on these guys. And again, what it is, I don't really care. Okay, this is this is Anaya. I haven't used her in a while, but I remember a few things about her. Covers 10% rage after using a skill. I don't recall what her ultimate is. Triggers automatically when their enemies in range. Increases damage by 30%, dealing 25% damage when targeted in range 4 times, and inflicting 4 stacks of burning on them immediately. So burning's pretty good. Deals 20% continuous magic damage per second. And so there's that. During the effect, continuously refreshes every burning inflicted by the hero. So that only refreshes the ones that she does, but there's something about her and burning. Okay, every time they're burning inflicted by the hero deals damage, there's a 12% chance to regenerate 0.9% rage. But now it's this one here. For every 1 burning on the target, increases attack by 1% and crit damage by 4%, stacking up to 7 times. So that's a good one when you're using other people like arrogance, because then you have other sources of burning coming in, and so that increases her attack every time that happens. I used her for a while, along with arrogance. However, even with that extra boost, she's just not that great on DPS, unfortunately. I wanted her to work better with him than she did, unfortunately. Cody says I'm going to hit the hay. It's 1:13 for me right now, but have a good night, guys. Good night, Cody. It is 12:14 here, so we're just an hour behind you. All right. Let's see here. I don't... she's not amazing, but she's pretty good for this faction for what I have. Okay, this is Titus. And I think that, let's see, what was I trying with him? I'm trying to remember why I had this arrangement. I don't really recall. Other than I was probably just trying to get more DPS out there, I suspect. I wonder if throwing Scorch in would be a good idea to slow people down if, in fact, that is the issue. Perhaps I could put Scorch in instead of somebody. Possibly this guy. I don't remember what he does. Pyros. Let's check him out. Pyros. From activated, increases damage by 60% for 15 seconds. March from targeting range with the highest HP at the moment to make a prioritized target, while dealing 30% damage per second. The mark lasts for 7 seconds and explodes at the end of its duration, dealing 200% AoE damage to nearby enemies. When the hero is deployed as Lord, he is not deployed as a Lord, but if he was, then he would get focus fire effect. Faction team members join forces to channel energy to the Lord for a powerful strike regardless of their locations. The damage of this strike increases based on the number of participating heroes. Okay, well, let's first go back out here. I have Solkadens as the Lord right now, and obviously that's going to be the better option for the Lord. So I am not going to put Pyros, obviously, as the Lord when we have Solkadens. So I'm wondering if maybe it's a good idea if we just go ahead and take him out and put in Scorch, just because he can, he can slow the guys down a little bit. Maybe. If he can live for half a second, we'll see. He may not be worthwhile. That may be why I took him out. He may have just gone down too fast to be relevant. But we'll find out. Throw some stuff on Titus. I think Titus, is he one of the ones who can't be healed? Who might be? Yes, he is. Okay. Unable to be healed by allies is his talent. For every 6 instances of damage taken, temporarily triggers the thermal barrier, increasing damage reduction by 30% for 5 seconds. Restores HP equal to 5% max health when the thermal barrier ends or refreshes. Okay, that was what I thought was going on with him, but I couldn't recall for sure. And we'll throw an artifact on him. When deployed, increases block by 1. For every blocked unit, increases physical damage reduction and magical damage reduction by 4%, stacking up to 4 times. That seems like a perfectly fine thing for him to have on. In fact, let's go ahead and enhance it. How's about that? I've got plenty of these mithrils to throw at it, so why not? Rubian says, I'll let you experience this on your own, but Titus would be good as a tank in front of the blue crystal since your options are limited. Yeah, definitely. I've only got a few tanky taps, and so yeah, I have been using him last time, and I can't remember the details of what I was doing, but I think what is ending up happening is I just was not able to do enough DPS to kill the guys. They stack up and they just walk past. I think that's what's happening. Alright. And if so, that's why I'm hoping that maybe Scorch can slow down that process just by virtue of being a fighter who can be in the way for a second. But if it's literally just 1 second, then it's not worthwhile. And I'm afraid that may have been what happened. He may have just been like hit and now he's down and he's dead because that may have been what was going on. I don't recall. Obviously, I had removed him from the lineup for some reason. That might have been the reason. Deals 20% extra damage to targets inflicted with bleed. I don't know about all that because I don't know that I have any way to give anybody bleed with anybody in this crew. So that doesn't really seem incredibly useful to me. That being said, the stats themselves could be worthwhile having that 3100 HP primarily because his purpose of being out is simply going to be as a blockade more than anything else. His damage doesn't really matter. What we're gonna do is see if I've got anything else that he can wear of the same quality with something somewhat more useful. Increases AoE damage by 15% when dealing damage to 3 or more enemies simultaneously. Permanently increases AoE damage by an extra 1%, stacking up to 10 times. If nothing else, I could use that. Now, what you'll find is the mythic artifact there has higher HP. It's leveled up all the way already. This Hate's Contagion is not. I could level it up. That, again, shouldn't be an issue, but just something to note. Then we've got this. When shielded, increases damage by 20%. This effect lasts 6 seconds after the shield vanishes. Well, that's not terribly useful either. So, how's about this? Lunicidizer. When deployed, increases block by 1. Well, that's more like it, alright? Each time the hero deals damage to one target, restores HP equal to 0.7% of max HP. This effect can only be triggered on up to 3 targets. Hey, that seems okay. We're trying to just survive for a second. We got this. That feels good. Maybe I do it, but let's go keep looking. This increases AoE damage by 10%. Killing enemies grants an extra 5% AoE damage bonus that lasts 3 seconds. Not interested. Dealing damage has a 40% chance of summoning one Shadow Guard with 80% of the hero's attributes to attack enemies for 10 seconds. The effect can be triggered as often as 1 time every 20 seconds. The question is, will they attack the Shadow Guard? Like, will it pull aggro? Or will they still be beating on Scorch during that? Because, I mean, if they'll pull aggro, cool. But if they won't, I'm not sure that I'm interested. I think I may put it on just to see if it does. But let's come over here and continue on this mission first. Okay, that's one with bleed. Alright, let's stick this on and see if it works. Arubian says yes. Yes, it does. It's basically a little purple summon that pops out and attacks with your unit. Right, but will they attack it? Like, will they attack my guy that comes out, the Shadow Guard? Or will they continue to attack Scorch during that time? Because if I can have another dude attacking, that the enemy is attacking, then that's going to, increase the amount of time that Scorch gets to be blockade. No? Oh, well then he's no good. That's no good if so. Alright. So I will unequip it then and try to find this one here. Try to keep him up and continuing to block a little bit longer. So we'll put this one, we'll put this one on and enhance it out. See if we can, just keep a blocker up and able to block a little bit longer. Alright. Okay, so he has clothes on. Good for him. Let's go with this one now, Marie. I do not like Maureen, I think we're all aware. But I have to use her in these faction trials. Alright, so throw some clothes on her. And then quick equip here, and let's see what it shows. Increased distance means increased damage. That's not phenomenal for her, but it's okay, I suppose. Every 1 tile away from the target increases damage dealt by 2%. That's fine. It's already maxed out on its levels, so sure, why not? Then we've got Autumn over here. Autumn is an AoE healer, but she also does some buffing, and so she increases the damage of your guys a little bit as well. So we will throw some clothes on her, and then equip an artifact. Increases AoE healing effect by 3 for every 1 allied unit in range, stacking up to 4 times. It's really not the healing that I'm interested in from Autumn. I wonder if there's something that I might want to put on her. Actually, I'm going to come back out to this window, because realistically, I mean, is she necessary in her healing? Do I need another healer is the question. I wonder if I do. I don't know. I don't recall if my platformers were being killed or not very much. Because if they're not killing the platformers, then I can just put another damage dealer in instead. So like I could put Pyros back in, for instance. I don't know. They may be hitting them. They may not be hitting. You know what? Let's pull her out And then if she's if she is being hit, if they are being hit, then we'll just go grab her back, no problem. So for now, let's throw him back out here just to get a little bit more damage going. That's a terrible thing. This luck of Tia is garbage. Unequip. And let's see if we have anything better than a luck of Tia around here. Dealing AoE damage increases the hero's AoE damage by 2%. This effect can stack up to 5 times and lasts for 3 seconds. Increases the chance of triggering an additional basic attack by 0.2% for every 1% increase in rage. This effect can be triggered up to 1% one time every 5 seconds. I seem to have a good number of those. Then we've got the North Storm. When shielded, increases attack by 10%. Restores 3% rage when killing the target. Cooldown of 5 seconds. Okay, let's go look at his skills again here. We've got his ultimate. When activated, increases damage by 60% for 15 seconds and march one target. Yeah, okay, so he's just, basically, he is, just a regular, like, single target damage dealer guy. And he's not really wonderful, but I do like this. Inflicts vulnerability versus physical and vulnerability versus magic damage on targets marked with destruction command, and increases the AoE damage multiplier by 150% when the mark explodes. That's cool. Maybe I stick him in for the moment then, and put something on him. Possibly just something that increases his, I would like to do that, but he's not going to be shielded. So, no good. I mean, that won't be as good because there will be adjacent allies, most likely. Recovers 10% rage after using a skill. I don't know that I'm that interested, but I suppose I can throw that on. We'll equip it and enhance it. Why not? No, I don't want to promote it, I don't think. Not quite yet. Alright, so now everybody has clothes on, everybody's got artifacts on. We're well beyond the suggested BP for the stage at this point. Let's go ahead and start it and see what we've got here. Now, I think what I was doing previously was I was throwing somebody up to kill the boss up here. Ah, yes, I remember now. I was putting Xena up there previously, but then I had switched it to try using a combination of Solkadins and Cetrum. Because, you know, I had a good reason, I can say that. Okay, Cetrum can't quite reach from there, so I was putting him here, maybe? Yes, I think. And then I was putting Xena down at the bottom at the last second, I think, and then Titus in front. This is what I'm recalling. So, Xena was going here, I want to say, maybe. And then I was putting Titus in front when I needed to. Cannot remember what I was doing entirely. The bottom row needs a good number because that's where most of them are going to be. So, who was I putting here? Maybe I was doing. No, that doesn't make sense to put an eye there. Putting an eye here, maybe. It's been a while since I did this. But we'll see how it goes, I suppose. We've almost killed the boss up there at the moment. I think I had been putting Scorch. Oh no, I hadn't been putting Scorch anywhere. I had taken him out entirely. Now that we have finished her off, we want to pick him up and redeploy him as soon as possible. I don't need that girl there. Whatever her name is. Can't think of it at the moment. Oh yeah, he dies really fast. That is the case. Okay, it's no good having Maureen, Dao Chen down there because she can't heal him anyway. I can put her down there to do the DPS increase, and that's a possibility. It doesn't help greatly right now. We can put Maureen down there, it won't matter. She won't be able to kill him before he dies and all that. But that's okay, because this was a trial run anyway. And what I see is I definitely didn't need Autumn, so it's fine to take her out for now. I will need to keep Xena alive. I can take Scorch out because he's garbage anyway. He doesn't last. I don't just want to restart. I want to go back. Because I want to take Scorch out, I think. And I'm going to want to try to keep Xena alive, in spite of the fact that she does better when you pull her back out and all that. But I want to keep her alive and probably put her behind Titus. I would think. I'm gonna have to. Let's go with challenge again, and then remove Scorch. Put in. Okay, and this is probably why I had Autumn. I don't need her for the healing, but she does increase the attack. And I bet that's what I was doing. Alright. Because I just don't have anybody else leveled up high enough to be incredibly useful for damage dealing. And Scorch was pretty trash for that purpose. He just died too fast. I don't know how far, let me see. How far ahead does he hit? Would he perhaps be more useful? No, he's just garbage. Alright. Yeah. Not great. Alright. Iridian says you have Aelin now. Yes, I do, but I don't really know that she's going to help. The only thing, because of the fact, I know maybe you're thinking of healing Scorch and Xena. I think that Xena won't have any problem with the heals. With being healed, because once I put Chen out there, I didn't put her out that time at all. But if I have her out there, she can take a hit. Titus doesn't get any healing, so it's useless. He can't be healed by his allies. But Scorch could be healed, but he goes down so fast, I can't imagine that he'll stay out for any length of time, even if I have a healer on him, really. I could put 2 healers on him, I suppose. But no, I don't think that I want to. I could try it with Aelin and just try to see if I can keep him alive or not. But I don't know. I think he's pretty garbage. That's what I think. I'm gonna check out Autumn. Throw some gear. I did throw that on her already, apparently. Let's see if we've got anything. I'm not interested in the healing effect, really. I am more interested in her other benefits, which are basically increasing the DPS of my other guys. So, let's see what we have here that may be useful in that regard, if anything. When the ultimate is triggered, increases attack by 8% and attack speed by 40 for 10 seconds. Alright, let's see here what the deal is. This, her ultimate grants critical damage increase to all allies in range, excluding the caster lasting for 20 seconds. So crit damage goes up 60%. It's pretty good, and that's for everybody in range, and her range is pretty decent. So that's the main reason that I want to use Autumn for this. Now the thing is, I'll have to put her in an area that that she'll be able to hit the most people. Irving says, yes, well, now you have Dao Chen, or where you have Dao Chen in damage mode, Aelin will heal. Sure, yeah, I could do. If we wanted to put 2 healers on him, one in DPS mode and one in healing mode. I don't know that it's going to be an issue to keep Xena alive if we did it that way. I don't know that they can keep Scorch alive anyway. Really don't. I could be wrong, but he went down very fast. It doesn't seem like it's going to be the way to go. He says, and I agree with you. Thinking about dropping Xena, let her do her thing and pick her up. Yeah, that's normally the way I do with Xena, but I'm wondering if maybe for this I just use her as essentially as a tank to blockade them for a moment. The Cetrum and Sokedin's team do a pretty good job at taking out the boss quickly. It does take a good bit of the DPS off the table to do that, and that's part of the problem. I need more DPS down where I can hit people. But that time I didn't have time to put them back out. I think this next time I will, because I will I'll put a healer down. I didn't put Dao Chen down at all. I think that it'll be a little easier when I do. So we'll see. Got to do some experimentation and find out what I want to do about that. Again, I'm not really interested in the healing effect. Perhaps increasing the initial rage by 25% isn't terrible. Each basic attack launched has a chance equal to 10% of crit rate to trigger 1 additional heal. Increases healing effect by 20. Increases AoE healing effect. When entering the field, increases healing effect. Okay, so out of these, I lean toward increasing the initial rage, or maybe when the ultimate is triggered, increases attack by 8% and attack speed by 40 for 10 seconds. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. Let's do it. And we will enhance that up as well. All right. Okay, so we'll start basically the same way. We're going to throw Sokedins out by the boss, and then put Cetrum on the other side. So we'll go Sokedins here, and then I'm going to put Cetrum exactly where I put him last time, so that you can start hitting her immediately. We will eventually put Xena down at the bottom as before, but first we will throw Dao Chen here and put her in DPS mode for the moment. And then put Xena here. Okay, so I don't see any issue with putting her there, and then what was it? Possibly Pyros here, and then maybe maybe actually I want to put Autumn here. Let's try to get some of that underway. We put Nocturne over here. We only have one more deployable. We're gonna try it on him for the moment, I think. Let's put that out. We'll pick him up probably in a moment. And it looks like I better switch her over to healer mode for the moment. And we killed the boss and I didn't realize it, which is too bad. Because I definitely need to pick up these guys so that we can move them into a better position as soon as possible. The trouble is, we're going to run out again of ability to block all these guys. Even throwing Titus out is only going to do so much. And I have to switch back into healer mode, or Zena's going to die. So we can put back in again. It's not going to be good enough. Just don't have what it takes to keep them. They're sulkins now. Better late than never. Actually, that's not where I want him. Is that I want him here and facing down, probably. Not that it matters, but hey. Alright, so yeah, no good. We can try your thought on putting another healer on them. On the Xena, Scorch, and Titus trio, switching them out. I don't know that it'll matter. Let's see. We can try. That would be taking her out, putting Scorch in. Then we'll have to trade somebody else out to be able to get this girl in. Unless you were thinking, no, gotta have two tanks of some kind, 2 melee guys. If we're going to be picking up Xena. If I was going to do that, I think I would trade out probably with Maureen and then throw her in. And we can try it. I don't think it'll work, but we can try it. Otherwise, we'll try essentially the same strategy. Sulkins up at the top, followed by Setram over to the side where he was before. And then we can put Dao Chan here, put her in DPS mode. And then Irving says take out Marine. Yeah, that was my thought on that as well. Okay, so if we are going to do that, and we want to put her here, and then ultimately we'll want to put Titus back behind her. Let's see, I didn't pay attention to what time it was, unfortunately, in count. As far as how long she's been out for, I'm not sure. So we'll want to pretty quickly take Xena out. She's only good for a little while. Okay, so we put her here. Then if we're going to try to hit those guys, we can go right here for heals. For what it's worth. And then I could put either Pyros or Nocturne out. I think I'll do Pyros, or no, Nocturne rather, and also I failed to pick up Sulfidens and Cetron. I needed to. I'll wait for that guy to get out of the range before I pick him back up. Oh yeah, need to pick up Xena and put out Scorch if we're going to. Got Pyros, may as well throw him out. What am I doing? I did not pick up him, and I definitely need to, so let's grab him. Scorch went down like a lead balloon. Okay, well, I can put soul pins here, I suppose. Got Xena back out. We are going to manage to get Setram out, which is nice. I want him back from up if I can. Let me see. I don't think he'll be able to hit far enough. He won't. So, did make it. That was great. All right. Awesome. It was a close one, but it worked. So, awesome. Very good. Irvian says Nocturne. Yeah, I agree. So we got 14 light insignia, 3s, and 135 XP potions. So it did work. Good job. Alright, stats. Sulfidence did 5,902,620 damage, followed by Xena, 3,101,770. Then it drops down to Setram at 2,634,260. And then it goes down to negligible amounts that don't even matter. Like, boy, Anaya's such a disappointment every single time. How sad. Scorch was garbage. Absolute garbage. Yeah, you can't deal damage, you can't take damage. I mean, he's only level 39, so there's that. But at level 39, he really ought to be able to do a little bit. And he's pretty rough, you know? Pretty rough. Alright, let's complete that. Irving says, good job. And then says, yes, she is. Oh, is Scorch a she? Let's see. Now I gotta check it out. How do we find out if Scorch is a she? Let's see, go to heroes. Let's go down. I guess I just assumed that Scorch would be a he. Seems like a he kind of name. I also think I probably went right by without oh, I see. Apparently, the auto mod. Oh, I see. Boy, that took me a whole second. The auto mod caught it and held it and says it's a sex-based term. That is not, I don't believe that is what Olarivian is going for here. Yeah, got it. All right. I have allowed that comment. Nai is her name. It is not a terminology that it is banned in this context. All right, let's come check out this. Ah, hey, look at that. The golden birch sap, 30 buttercream mushrooms, and 30 jumbo spinach. Can't send her out again today. But let's come check out the background fight stuff here. So, we got 92,400 coins, 14,250 XP potions, a variety of different gear pieces, 1 Arcanum crystal, 420 Lost Legacy trophies, 420 Great Conquest points, and 10 Tormented Banshee Demon Soldier shards. Irvian says I'll call her Anna from now on. Oh man, yeah, who knew, right? Alright. Let's go to the Oracle's Trial. We've got a prized claim and a lost legacy over here, which is the 8 gear recasting hammer shards. Always good to have. Alright, we're way behind in this year raid 1 leaderboard. Way down at number 12, but we're not too far from number 11, and honestly not too far from number 10, where the actual rewards start replacing on the leaderboard. So, wouldn't hurt to continue to do it. We'll also get credit in the Great Conquest stuff, so something to consider. We got the Gold Dragon Pass with the weekly quests updates here. Performing 10 summons gets us 750 Gold Dragon tokens, leveling us up to 68. Spending 700 stamina gets us 750 more Gold Dragon tokens, and eliminating 2,000 monsters gets us 1,125 Gold Dragon tokens, leveling us up to 69. Getting up to level 69, And 68 has provided us with 10 smoldering shards, which are used for something. I think it has to do with forging and making something in the forge. All right, then let's hop over to the events tab and go to Lucky Roulette, where we have 12 cogs. Let's spin 10 times and see what happens. Rubian says, "Oh, I did see you used Rubu the other day." I think I may have. I don't recall, but I have vague memories of using Rubu for something. Yes. Okay, we got 2 mythic extract shards, 10 diamonds, 2 5-star psychic power shards, 3 auto fight attempts, 20,000 gold, and 80,000 XP potions. Pretty nice. And then 2 more spins on this wheel. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now, what did I use Legal for? I feel like I needed a fight, or was it a faction trial? It may have been a faction trial. We got 2 mythic extract shards and 20,000 hero XP potions there. Now, oh yeah, right. We got the grand prize over here to claim. This little chest right here. 100,000 gold and 1 rare summoning crystal, which is cool. We can go do another summon. Why not? Why not? But first, this quest. Clear faction trial on any difficulty level 1 time, and that gives us 2 of these little golden cogs and 10,000 gold. So, cool. Because we did that though, that means we can go spin another couple times on this lucky roulette wheel. Round and round she goes. Alright. 2 mythic extract shards and 1 ancient summoning crystal shard has been added to our inventory, as it were. Okay, now, what more here? Things are looking up. I think I should go check the arena and see if I have anything I want to do there. Looks like I have 384,931 BP. However, that's not true. I want to say I have like 378,000. Could be wrong, but I think so. So something to keep in mind. So all of these guys are a little bit better than we are. Some of them are a lot better than we are on the BP, but we're not scared. We can thrust our broken bodies into a fight we can't win any day of the week. All right, so the total monster BP is 382,117. My auto fight BP is 379,663. So we're not too far off. Could go either way. They have some people that I recognize. They've got Silas, Dao Chan, that girl who might be Numera or something like that. This is coming out with a new skin. I don't know much about it. Okay, so they have Numera. That is Numera. And Numera's ultimate is Nature's Wrath. Immediately gains 2 extra Grimthorn spikes and rapidly launches all Grimthorn spikes to random enemies in range after charging for a short period, each spike dealing 520% damage and inflicting 1 stack of poison. And that all seems really nice. I don't have her. I wanted to get her, wasn't able to. Dao Chan has a Lover's Requiem, which means that she alternates between casting Serenade of Hope and Song of Sorrow. One of those increases basically the DPS of the group, and the other one increases healing. It heals very well. And some of that can bleed over if you have some stuff in it. Silas has Shadow Cloak, damage decreases by 80%, and each attack becomes soul snapping that ignores the defense and magic resistance of the target for 20 seconds. So he's pretty good. So we were slaughtered as expected by Doom Lord Ares, 382,117 BP. And looks like Numera did the top damage at 4,610,980, followed by Xena at 2,956,900, then Idrin at 2,526,480, and then Arrogance and Silas came in pretty close together at around 1,600,000. So, cool. Ribbon says, yeah, during the Northern faction drop. That makes sense. Sure. yeah, I really needed somebody there who could hold them for because I recall I was getting overwhelmed previously in that fight, and so yeah, I needed some help, and Lubu definitely did the trick, so it's very helpful. All right, we got 3 arena coins and 4 dual champion points for that fight. And then let's see. I don't think that I'm going to go against any of these folks at the moment. So let's pop out of that one. Let's go look at the mysterious yellowish orange dot here. Now we do have something to put together. Maybe this will clear it when you do this. Who knows? So we just got our 30th ancient summoning crystal shard. Let's make an ancient summoning crystal. Did it? We still have the die. Not too surprised, but I had mild hope that it would work. No luck. Okay, well then, let's go summon again. We've got another couple things we can use. May as well use them. Let's use this ancient summoning crystal here. Alright, we got Dagna, the 3-star defender from the northern faction. She's the Lord. Mighty things come in small packages. Dagna's a North Throne faction leader able to greatly heal herself. Yeah, she's not a bad 3-star. So we got her, and then we'll come down and try to, get double chances here on this. Let's see what we can do. Probably nothing. Alright, we got Hayden, 2-star fighter. Hulking and tanky, this trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. Very nice, very good. Oh, lovely. Alright. Let's see. We've got the mine over here. It has 3,300 coins, 3,450 XP potions, 10 stamina points, 1 arena permit, 1 auto fight attempt, 3 mithril, and then we've got a chest which has within it 2 insignia melee attack 2s. So, let's see. We've got some Brave Conquest stuff we can try to get. How close are we? We're very close, actually. So may as well throw some people into those, or not some people, but some attacks, I suppose, some auto attacks into that. We also have this still going on. Let's see. Anything else? I suppose we could enhance some things, because that will also end tonight. So let's, okay. Let's go ahead and start some background fights here. And it may as well be these, because that will move us up on the leaderboard as well. We have plenty of stamina at the moment. Go ahead and max that out and start it. And then, what was the other thing here? Was this was hero training? Okay, so this was leveling up, starting up, promoting, or upgrading hero skills. Yeah, may as well do some of that. I don't think I have a lot to work with, but I have a little bit I can do. Let's see, first of all, do we have anybody who needs some promotions? Yes, we do have her. Cannot think of her name. Is it Talon? Yes, Talon. Alright, so Talon could use some promotions. Unfortunately, we don't have the insignias that we need for that, so we'll have to go on down to Lubu, which we do have what we need for him. Let's go ahead and promote him up. Peruvian says, well, now that you've played this game for a while, which heroes are you most looking forward to rolling? I don't really have anybody that I'm looking forward to rolling. I don't think, I mean, I mean, it would be cool to have like some of the bonding people for some of the people I already have. So like Emirat bonds with Dao Chan, right? So it would be cool to have not Dao Chan, the other one, Honora. So it would be cool to have Emirat to get that unlocked. And more possibly more importantly, lust, because lust bonds with arrogance. And arrogance is he still kind of continues at this point to be pretty near the top, as far as my especially single target DPS. So, I mean, it would be cool to have the bond pairs. Otherwise, whoever is cool, you know. Um, not nothing imperative. All right, so we got him enhanced a little bit or promoted, if you will. Let's see what else. Who else do I have the pieces to promote ready for that I'm interested in doing? Not looking real grand, but if these guys are using the garbage things that I don't care about, like the low level stuff, I'll be fine with it. Yeah, sure. 15 of these purple things? Yeah, why not? Whoever this guy is can have some, probably. So I don't think very many people are in need, so sure, promote. So this is a kind of a frosty fellow here. Vorov, his name is. And his attributes just went up a little bit. Alright, sure, why not? Let's do it again. Die by my axe. Alright, so his attributes went up another 10% or so. And that's all I want to do there. I'm not interested in using those bits and bobs. Only want to do the blues and purples, really. Ah, this one was rough. This is Harpoon. I recognize him because he is continual disappointment as well. We'll increase his range. And then we'll use some more and increase his attributes a little bit. Sure. Don't even want to use those on him. Come on down here. See if I have anything else interesting. We've got this girl, Muriel, I think her name is. May as well promote her. Gotta get those promotion points somehow. Those hero training trophy rewards, you know? Don't think I'm quite so interested in promoting this guy somehow. Looks like I've gotten Drogo up for some unknown reason, and also this fellow. Not sure how that ended up happening, but here we are. Oh, this is Demon. This is like brother to Ain, but he doesn't seem like he's going to be very good, unfortunately. So I haven't messed with him. I'll go ahead and promote him, however, since we have, you know, we're getting benefits from promoting people, so let's go ahead and promote him. That's his attributes up a little bit more. Then there's this guy. Is this Nizalt? It might be Nizalt, and I end up using him in, or I have ended up using him before in a faction trial. This one is, what is his name? I can't remember his name, but it's Nash, maybe? He hits the, nail on the hammerhead, is that called? Let's go ahead, and this is his Morbid Club radio. Let's promote him, why not? And then we'll promote him again and give him another little 10% boost to his stats. Sure. Okay, and this is the girl who always makes me think that it's a guy every time that I see like the icon. For some reason in the thumbnail icon, she appears to me to be male, and then when I click into her, then she's not, obviously she's not male. So we increased her by 10% there, or I think it's 10%, I don't really know. And then we'll promote again her basic attributes. Alrighty. Let's see who else we have here. Oh, it's this person. This person is named Tazira. I got Tazira probably a few weeks ago now. Haven't really done a lot with Tazira yet. I think that she's one of the ones who probably would have been really good early game and is less impressive at this point. So knocked her basic attributes up. Arivian says people say she looks like Katy Perry. Aveline, the Centaur girl. They think that Centaur girl. Let's go back here. I don't actually know what Katy Perry looks like. So I have no idea if she looks like Katy Perry or not. But what I do know is that in this screen, she looks much, much different than in her little icon. She looks very masculine in the icon, but in this, like here, I don't see it. She looks perfectly normal, like a female. You know, her face. Now, I forget, kind of, I guess I forget. I mean, like, I just don't. I don't know how they got such a bad thumbnail there. She's something about the set of her face and the jawline and the brow line and everything in the image, in the thumbnail image, is very masculine. But in this screen here, nah, she's not. I don't get it. Arivian says she's actually a great tank. Possible. I don't know. I haven't played with her. I think that I may have. I think I probably put her in a maybe in a faction trial or something if I just had to have something. I don't think so though, because I still have her at level 1, so probably I haven't even done that with her. Most likely. Let's go back over here to this, and let's see here. We've got Narvi here who could use some promotion. Let's do it. Basic attributes up a little bit, and then we'll boost her basic attributes a little bit more. Iridian says she has extra block. Extra block is awesome. I do appreciate that. Man, I got some other guys down here who are kind of rough, huh? Oh wow, who's this? Oh yeah, that's that one, Micah. I looked at her one day, but I don't really remember what she had. I just remember, I can see right here that I stuck her on my mediocre list. So whatever it was, I wasn't impressed. We'll promote her anyway. Why not? Skill unlocked is Incendiary Rage. Every time Blazing Plume... Oh yes, now I remember. Every time Blazing Plume is triggered, it increases critical damage by 7%, stacking up to 5 times. You guys have probably noticed by now I'm more like word-oriented than I am visual. And so seeing a picture doesn't really mean anything to me. But when I read, when I start reading, then I can be like, oh, okay, this is all comes flooding back. It's just how I do. So Blazing Plume deals 50% magic damage 3 times and inflicts burning for 5 seconds. So every time that is triggered, it increases critical damage by 7%, stacking up to 5 times. During the ultimate, the critical damage increase is doubled, and all stacks are removed after the ultimate ends. The next thing we're going to do with this promotion is increase her range, and that's always nice, so let's do that. Of course, we're also increasing the attributes a little bit as we go along. And then the next thing we do is we're going to open up Sharp Quill with number 3. Sharp Quill deals 40% increased damage to enemies with shield. Cool. Alright, so we got her started. Let's see what else we have here. How about this one? This one's like Kalina or something. Yeah, hey, good for me. I said it correctly, Kalina. Nope, don't want to throw any of the gold ones at him. Let's see here. We got this guy. What's his name? Skull. I could put something on Skull. But I think I'll come down and get some of these guys instead. Some of these purple fellas. Or girls, as the case may be. This is Draga. Draga the Orc Lady. Alright. Let's give her something. Damage scales off of defense. Basic attack has a 20% chance of restoring 5% HP. Well, that's nice. And then, of course, all of her attributes went up a little bit. And then we'll raise her attributes just a little bit more with this. Cool. Now I don't want to raise her anymore because I don't want to spend any of the gold on this level 3 stuff. Isn't something that I want to throw away right now. Now here's this guy, Komodo. I think Komodo made my mediocre list. He sure did, yeah. Komodo is on the mediocre list for whatever reason. I don't really remember what his skills are either. But we'll promote him. Why not?
My daggers feed on your fear.
He makes me think of a dog. I think he's not supposed to be a dog, but it's what it makes me think of. So we got all the attributes raised on him. I'm going to promote him again and raise his attributes a little bit more.
My daggers feed on your fear.
It's interesting that they do the same cut screen every time that you promote the guys. It's kind of weird. Alright, now we have, who is this? This is Philippa. Philippa or Philippa. And we're going to promote her whether she is Philippa or Philippa. She's now going to have extra range boost. And also some better attributes, a little bit better. She's a member of the looks like the Esoteria order. So having another esotericist with some promotions is fine. I don't think it's gonna matter because I don't think that I've got a spot for her on the team at the moment. How about this guy here? This is Ardeth. We just got Ardeth. I know nothing about him, but we'll give him some promotions anyway. First one unlocks life taking, which is a passive. The Realm of Curse inflicts vulnerability versus magic damage on all enemies in it and restores HP to the hero equal to 10% of the enemy's damage taken from the Realm of Curse. So the Realm of Curse deals damage equal to 3% of the hero's HP to enemies in range every second. So it's that's cool. So so it's HP based damage. Interesting. And also it gives him it basically gets inflict vulnerability on the enemies, which makes magic damage taken by them increased by 10%. So that's cool. Alright. Like that, alright. Let's promote him again. This is just going to raise his attributes. And then we'll promote him again, and again it's just going to raise his attributes. Okay, what else do I have down here? How about this one here? This is Vixera. This is the one that I hadn't noticed that I got. Irvian, I believe, said that I got her possibly last night and apparently didn't notice. So, let's promote this girl. Give her endless suffering. That's what we all want in life, right? Endless suffering. When receiving direct damage from enemies, there's a 30% chance to inflict poison on the target enemy and deal an extra 120% damage to them. Poison deals 5% continuous magic damage per second, stacking up to 10 times. poison effects from different sources can coexist. Now we will promote her yet again, and this time it made it to where basic attack has a 40% chance to inflict poison. Cool. And then once more is going to give her a attribute boost across the board. Okay, who else might need something? Or might I be interested in giving something? Not really seeing anyone jumping out at me at the moment. So, out of there. And let's go to events. No, you know what? Actually, let's go to the Orbs trial and see what we got in this hero training business. We did get enough to get 75 more stamina. That's nice. Excellent. I like it. Out of there. And our background fights, we got 50,820 points, 8,250 XP potions, a little variety of gear in there, 260 Lost Legacy trophies, 260 Brave Conquest points. Claim all that stuff. And then I think I want to make sure, I don't think that I did the basic trial repeatable. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. That is correct. So we're going to do a quick clear on it. And we're just going to obviously do the one. So this will be pretty quick. We got 10 of these like shelter insignia 3s and 156 hero XP potions for that. Then we're going to go back, go to the Trial of the Infernal, because I should be able, yeah, I can auto fight, but actually I'll quick clear this as well. And get our goodies here, 156 XP potions, and 7 of the Might Insignia 3s for that. Go back to the Pantheon, and over here we have the ability to increase our HP bonus by 0.5%. It's not bad. Take that. We've got a blinky thing over here, so I wonder if that means that we can assemble and dismantle enough to make it to the next level here. I don't know. We need, looks like we need 48 more of these. We definitely don't have that. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's blinking at us in this way. Perhaps it's, perhaps I'm missing something. That wouldn't be too surprising. Maybe it's just saying that's what we're doing today. No idea. Alright, out of here, one way or another. And check on Baruch, because it has turned to 118 during this time, and he has more stuff. Actually, before I get out of there, I need to come over here to the arena shop, because I can get these rare summons here, and I may as well. Let's get those, and we can also get, what else do I want? I think I want these auto fight attempts. Go ahead and get all of those. Anything else now? I don't see anything else I'm interested in at the moment. Alright, so now to go back over to events, we got Brave Conquest over here. That's for the lootings of the gear. And we got 2 more ancient summoning crystals for that. We have 6,200 points right now. The next thing in this meter is 7,200. We're a good ways from that. So let's come back over here and throw some at the Lost Legacy. I can do these last 8 for the day of the freebie quick clears, and it's going to have us do another stamina potion. We're just use another big one and start that. That will very quickly go through 8 of them. Peruvian says it looked like you could collect from the Pantheon at the bottom. Oh, okay, cool. I think I saw something was lit up. That's a possibility. I'll go check that out. So we got 1 Arcanum Crystal, 160 Lost Legacy trophies, 160 Brave Conquest points, 36,960 gold, 6,048 XP potions, and a variety of gear from that. Let's now do some auto fights here. And in the meanwhile, go check out this Pantheon thing that Arabian is telling me I probably need to claim. Odds are good, but I don't see a red dot over his head. So maybe not, but we'll go look. Here, and the events doesn't show anything here. I don't know where else I might need to go. I can click on this, which is what was previously blinking at me. There we go. All right. Down at the bottom, there's where you meant. All right, cool. Epic skill crystal. Cool. Very nice. Now it's blinking on the Trial of the Infernal. I've already used my thing. Maybe it's just telling me I could go do stage 10 if I wanted to. You know what? Let's look and see what it looks like. I won't go do it, but let's see if it's changed shape. It has changed shape. Thought it probably would at stage 10. Peruvian says ancient. Maybe I was seeing something there. You were trying to guide me through and I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm sorry. You were correct, that's for sure. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder how many spots we're going to get for melee guys here. I bet you it's not going to be very many. But that'll be an interesting one to try later on. For now, out we go. And how about this gold dragon pass over here? We got a weekly quest to claim, clear any stages 50 times. And so we got 1,125 gold dragon tokens for that, leveling us up to 71. Come over here, we can claim these rewards, get 5 smoldering scales. And right now what we're doing is we're getting things toward this total hero XP potion. Because after you hit level 70, then you start getting this extra bonus stuff. See right here, introduction, it says, starting from level 70, each level upgrade of the Gold Dragon Pass will grant you hero XP potions times 15,000. Don't forget to check your mailbox and claim the bonus after the season ends. So, it's very cool. Even if you go over the end of the line, you still continue to accrue cool things from this. So we have one of them currently. All right, got all that now. Okay, I think the Tales of the Smith is still going. So what if we come over here, we go here, and we're just going to check 0 to 3. And I'm going to go to bulk organize, select all of them, and bulk enhance them up to level 4. Arabian says, but you got a mythic ancient from the quick gear raids. You got an ancient annihilated might piece, red glow effect. Not sure you saw. No, yeah, I have no idea what that is. It's got a red glow effect. All right, let's see. It's got to be one of these guys, right? Okay, I see it. It's down here at the bottom right. It's a ancient annihilating might weapon plus. Cool. All right. It's got a little bit of crit rate on it too. So it's got crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and defense. Cool. Very good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Now we got that. Let's see where we're at in the Tales of Smith, and if it's worthwhile to throw anything more at it. We have 1 hour and 36 minutes left on it. 672 points at the moment. Might could get up enough. I don't know. We're pretty low. I mean, we could certainly get the rare skill crystal. I mean, I can throw a little bit of money at it. I don't have too much. I have 4,175,000. That's not going to get me too terribly far. I've got a weekly quest over here. Successfully enhanced gear 20 times. I have 750 gold dragon tokens for that. But yeah, I mean, it's not really, I'm not gonna, got up to 6th rank in the hero training, apparently, from promoting all those guys. That's not too shabby. Probably not gonna get much further along than that. Just again, 1 hour and 35 minutes left. I could try promoting some more people to be eaten real quick. Irving says that's it. Yes. We got 18,480 coins, 3,000 XP potions, a little bit of gear, and 120 Lost Legacy trophies, 120 Big Conquest points for that. I will start another round of that going, I think. Sure, why not? Let's do it. Go Lost Legacy, click go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just click some unreasonable number and click start, and then we're gonna let's use a couple more. Why not? There's 2 more. And then we shall hit max and go fight 19 times. Minimize this, get out of there, and then what? I'd had a thought. Oh yes, arena. That was my thought. So we actually have 379,000 rather than 384,000 that it appears we have. There's always the possibility that I could go a bit higher than what it looks like. So for instance, 396,281 is not unheard of. It would be 20,000 almost higher than what my actual BP is. Let's have a look and see what their stage monsters look like. Their stage monsters are 396,281. Yeah, sure, why not? We can throw a fight at that. Why not? Urgen says, which stage 18 have you not passed yet? I think it's probably the one with the water, I would imagine. I think that might be gear raid 3, possibly. Alright, we have Ardea out there. She has Primal Wrath. Enters the Frenzy state. Attack is increased by 50%, causing HP drain equal to 15% of current HP per second. The hero throws 2 of her circular blades every time a talent effect is triggered. They also threw out Xeris. Xeris has Enslave. He seems to be pretty good. He summons 4 Souls of the Damned and reduces the summoned number by 1 with each ultimate cast. Okay, so he's gonna do more damage early on and decrease over time, I would assume. A minimum of 1 Souls of the Damned can be summoned. So by the time he's only summoning 1, I would imagine he's not doing as much damage. It doesn't matter in this because this is arena and, you know, your opponent is theoretically dead before that comes into play. Hence, me being dead now. Okay. So that was Russian fellow with 396,281 BP. Ruben says correct on Xeris. Yeah, I don't have him, but I've seen him in arena a number of times. Okay, so stats show that the redheaded chick did 6,311,160, followed by Zuna at 3,117,630. That's pretty cool that she did that much, that the redheaded chick did twice as much as Zuna. That's really good. I would like to know more about whoever that is. And then we have, let's see, Idrin, who did 2,574,280. Then it drops down to a which is like pretty much tied. Well, not really. Xeris did a little less, but pretty close between Arrogance and Xeris. Nice. Not too shabby. So, we got 3 arena coins and 4 dual champions points for that fight. Alright. Now, oh, cool. We got dropped down into the next lower league, and so we have people that we can fight more efficiently here. Let's go ahead with Gorilla, who has 241,688 BP. We fight them. Their monsters have 275,617. Now that's a significant amount more than what the team BP is, which implies that one of the people on the team is a decent bit higher than the rest of the teammates are. And that brings the BP of the monsters up. So, they have thrown out Yuri first. Yuri is good DPS, I've noticed. She has Needle of Torment, deals 5 hits of 75% damage per second to one enemy target in range. When a target dies during this skill, it gains 5% range and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. Then they put out Sargak. I don't know Sargak at all. Sargak has Bloodshed Fury. When triggered, dispels debuffs on self and gains debuff immunity during the ultimate. When HP is above 25%, causes HP drain equal to 10% of current HP of the hero per second. Increases attack by 40%, and each basic attack lands 2 consecutive strikes. Well, that's cool. And then they put out King Hearts, who I've seen out in the arena a good number of times. Seems pretty cool. I don't know if he's great for arena or not. I don't know enough about him, but that was Barella right there with 200 and let's see, it was 241,688 BP. So the highest damage on the board was Yuri, and that's super. I mean, she's just really good. Like, for her to be able to deal that much damage, when the monster's BP was pretty high comparatively to like how it was for me, because my BP is so much higher than the monsters that my guys should be able to deal quite a bit more to them more easily. And therefore the fact that Yuri topped the damage at 2,658,000 and the next highest was Xena with 2,123,000 on my side implies that Yuri just blew it out of there. Blew it out of the ballpark, which that redheaded chick also did very high damage last time. Alright, so we got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 5,000 gold for that. I've seen Yuri a number of times on here, and she does seem to do very, very good. So now we're back into gold 3 again, and we've got Atheo over here with 42,308, and what I'm seeing is they've got a lot of like purple guys and then one gold person who I don't know who is. I'm going to assume that gold person is pretty fancy. It is the monster BP is 57,975. Let's see what they've got over here. Arubian says, what an easy hit. So she's not fancy, huh? This girl. Yeah, it's a very low BP, so yeah, they don't really have any chance. But like, what's going on with this girl we have on the team? I'm hoping that we get to see them, because I want to see what they are. They threw out Marine. Marine has artillery strike, bombards toward the front, firing 2 waves. Yeah, didn't even get to see the girl that I didn't recognize. Everyone says she should almost feel guilty, LOL. Yeah, I get that, because it's kind of, why is this? I mean, how? Okay, so my understanding is that people will get up into the higher tiers and then kind of throw the game to get knocked back down. This is what I've been told. And maybe that's what they were doing. I don't know. Let's see. Stats show that Xena did 279,312. Next highest. I didn't even see Brienne come out. She must have been the second person they put out. Which is funny, right? Like Maureen and Brienne were both out. And Maureen was out. I think Maureen must have been out first and then Brienne second. And yet Maureen is just so much worse than Brienne that she did like a third of the damage, in spite of being out sooner. Alright, so we got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 10 diamonds for that. Okay, so 384,000 is where we're at. Not really, it's 378. You really can't go against anybody else here, so head over to events, where we have a Duel of Champions reward, and it is that one epic skill crystal. Still have 2 days left on this, so there's a very decent chance we can get this last row of things from that. Brave Conquest, we're at 6,720 points. It's not especially close to the next reward on, unfortunately. Tales of the Smith, 672. Oh yeah, I haven't enhanced anything yet further, I don't think. So let's come over to the gear. We have some new stuff to enhance here. Let's go ahead and do it. Select them all, and we're gonna bulk enhance up to level 4. 15 pieces of gear. Did it. I think now I'll check numbers 4 to 7. And what I'm going to look at first is what do I want to sell, right? So, let's see. Sell some stuff off real quick, and then we can level up the rest a little bit more and work on getting that Tales of the Smith up a bit. I like to do the events as much as possible. It's just feels like it's sort of double dipping to get the event rewards, and also you're moving towards your goal, whether that's enhancing the gear or leveling up your guys or whatever the case may be, you know, getting more gear to level up, whatever. You know, you're getting rewarded and you're also making progress simultaneously. So it's just something, if it's an Oracle trial, I'll do that. But if it's events, I like to kind of work on those as well. And so, in between times when it's Tales of the Smith, I'll normally just not enhance the gear and just save it for when another Tales of the Smith comes around. I've been slacking on it this time, so I'm behind. I never have any gold. It's just always gone. You would think that I would, but not so much. I'm not really I guess a loot whore type, you know? I like to, I don't know, I'm not a great thing. I know a lot of people really like it. So, but what it means to me is that if it's doing that for me, it's probably doing it for you guys too. You guys seeing it flicker? I'll write something in here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Again, says stream being choppy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it looked like it from here. The game is fine, but the stream looks like it's being ruined. Alright, so we'll sell all these pieces. 194 of them. Going to the wayside. That gives us 1,423,000 gold. to work with. And then we'll go back, bulk organize. I'm going to do all of them, bulk enhance up to level 8. Alright, so that ought to have given us some points on the Tales of the Smith for sure. Let's go out here and go have a look. Tales of the Smith, it did get us that crystal. That's not bad. Hey, we're not far enough away from that rare summoning crystal to put that off, so I'm going to have to go and enhance some more things because we're way too close to that to avoid doing that. So over here, I'm going to go 8 to 11, and then I'm going to bulk sell. We're going to do this whole game again and cut a lot of this out, and then level up what I want to keep. Shouldn't take nearly as long to go through it this time though, because we've gotten so many pieces on that last cut. And I like to be somewhat picky. And I wonder how many things I've accidentally thrown away. That's alright. It's just how it goes sometimes. Got 275,000 gold for that. And then go back and go to bulk organize. And we want to select all of those. Bulk enhance them up to level 12. Now we're down to 3,987,970 gold at the moment, which, as you'll recall, is not that much lower than where we started. And we've got a few different pieces to show for it. So we got this one rare summoning crystal, 40,000 gold, and then one of those 4-star psychic powers there. Alright, we're 2,532 now. May as well see how much higher we can get on this. Let's go back over here, go to 12, 15. Not interested in the yellow stuff, so I only want to see the other stuff here. And because yellow stuff won't go above what it's at right now. We'll go to bulk sell, and then we'll start looking, which of these things do I actually want to keep? I don't know. I think I want to keep that, probably. Maybe not this. I don't know. Maybe I do. It's a tough call for me. Some of them I struggle. I'm like, I go back and forth. Do I want this? I might want this. I don't know. You know what? I'll keep it. I feel uncertain. I should be more discerning about these things, but yeah. Too bad. Alright. I think I don't love that. Sometimes I feel like I just keep things because they have a really high number. Like on this one here, like that defense boost is cool. Fortunately, the stream seems to have cleared up a little bit, I think. Looks like I have 2 of these shiny things. I'll go ahead and keep them. If they're shiny, they must be good, right? Isn't that the way this works? Okay, we're going to sell the rest of these. 630,200 gold. And then, hey, let's try, first of all, going back. We can bulk organize. And then let's try to find our shiny things and promote them. Why not? See if we have enough to do that. Bulk enhance up to 16. Alright. Did it. Success. And actually, not too bad, because we still have 3,288,690 left after that. Pretty cool. Alright. Let's go 0 to 3. And take off the 12 to 15. And then enhance these. Well, guess I better go clean this real quick. We got 92,400 gold. 14,250 XP potions. Variety of gear, 540 Lost Legacy trophies, 540 Great Conquest points, and then 10 of these Scourge Demon Soldier shards. Look okay on that. Go to events, Tales of the Smith, and we got another couple of things here. So we got 40 diamonds and 100,000 gold here waiting on us. Actually, we've made it pretty far along on this Tales of the Smith, considering we started so incredibly late into it. Rubian says, good choice. Well, thank you. So, not too shabby. Maybe I go and do some more. I still have some money left, so I may as well, right? Okay. We can throw some more runs at the Lost Legacy thing here, this gear rate 1. Auto fight will begin, which put some ridiculous number, like start, and use. I'm just going to use one of the huge stamina potions this time. Click max, go fight 9 times. Get out of there. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to storage. Should be all done on the server 3, but no, we haven't done this yet. Okay, bulk organize. We're going to do all of them. Bulk enhance up to level 4. Alright, then 4 to 7. Let's go to bulk sell and check these out. And if they're garbage like that, then we don't keep them. So we'll sell all that stuff. 95,420. Irving says I'm fading quickly. Keep up the good work. Catch you next time. Yeah, no problem. It was nice seeing you, Irving. Alright, well, let's go ahead and bulk organize. We're going to select all those. Bulk enhance up to level 8. Then we go over to level 8 to 11 and check this stuff out here. Go back, bulk sell. And I'll just sell this piece here. And then 10,710 gold. And then I want to enhance this up to level 12. Don't know why I clicked the bulk, but that's okay. We can do it that way. Just as well. And now we're at 12 to 15, and that's when we have to, you know, do it like this instead. And I don't know that I have anything that I'm not interested in bumping up to the next level here, probably. But what I'll do is I'll go to bulk organize, and then I want to get the ones that I'm most interested in selected. Otherwise, I won't have enough to increase them. So I won't have enough money. So, I'm going to try to do this a little bit at a time here. Only getting the most interesting pieces. And I still won't have enough to get all of them up. But we can raise some of them up anyway. A little bit at a time, we make our way in the proper direction, right? That's a pretty rough piece there. I wonder how I even managed to get it up this high. Sometimes I'm less discerning than others. It may have just been that I didn't have any more pieces to raise up at the time, and I raised it up. Probably for a Tales of the Smith. Almost to the bottom of these now. We've got a few pieces selected. If able to get all of these raised and still have some left, well then I might go back through the get some of the lesser pieces first. I want to make sure to get the best stuff raised up first. Well, the stuff that I consider the best currently anyway. Alright, so we bulk enhance up to 16. Ooh, 10 pieces. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Well, we did get 7 of them raised up. That's actually pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. One of them is currently equipped to Maureen, which, so that's a wasted piece right there. Alright. Now, get out of here, I think. Hop over to events and Tales of the Smith. We got a couple more positions up here. We're very close to getting a couple more rare summoning crystals, so I think I will try to achieve that. We got 80,000 gold and 100 diamonds. Not too bad. Yeah, I will I'll try to get a little bit further there. Let's see if we can go over the trading hall. And I would like some, let's see, what do I get her? Maybe, okay, I could get this 50,000 coins. Sure, why not? Gift of treasures. That gives us 1 epic skill crystal, 50,000 gold, and 50 stamina. That's okay. Do I want anything else right now? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm okay without claiming any of the rest right now. That stuff. We have very little gold at the moment, but I can use some of it to level up some stuff from 0 to 4. So let's go try that. Year. We will select 0 to 3, and then bulk organize all, bulk enhance up to level 4. So we got all of that knocked up. Let's see. We have 134,795 left. So let's go to bulk sell and see if any of it's worth keeping at all. None of it is, so we sell it all. We got 36,700 back for that, and that puts us about where we were previously. So that's not a bad position to be in. Let's check on the arena real fast. We do have 2 arena permits waiting to be used. We've got this fellow who has 326,803 BP. Let's go ahead and give him a fight real quick. I see that they do have arrogance. Alright, so what are they going to put out first? Alright, they have thrown out someone named Ezreth. I've seen Ezreth before. He seems pretty good. He has Void River. So there's World Destroyer mode and World Devourer mode. Since I don't have him, I don't actually know what that means exactly. But they then threw out Dao-Chan, and she has a Lover's Requiem. Serenade of Hope and Song of Sorrow are the 2 songs that she switches between. One of them is DPS mode and the other is healing mode. They've also thrown out Arrogance. We like Arrogance. His ultimate is Hellfire. The hero enters Berserker stance, dealing 360% damage with each attack launch and increasing attack range. During this period, the hero attacks with the Demon Boomerang. This boomerang deals AoE damage equal to 30% of damage taken by the main target to the nearby enemies. Additionally, it inflicts burning on all enemies damaged. It's pretty cool. Then they put out Beelzebub, who has Corrupted Swarm. During the ultimate, applies AoE damage reduction to cultist allies within the skill range and summons Putrid Flies. Putrid Flies generates a powerful vortex that pulls up to 10 nearby enemies towards its center with 2 times strength and inflicts slow on them. The vortex lasts for 5 seconds. And then, next, they put out Boreas. Boreas is that frost giant guy. He has Frosty Endowment. Activates Eternal Ice Haven and creates damage and increases damage by 175%. Each attack will reduce the trigger interval of the next frozen purification by 1 second. This effect lasts for 25 seconds. So, I don't have Boreas either, but I've seen people use any good vent. So that was Russian Fellow with 326,803 BP. Top damage out of this group was that Ezrath Fellow with 11,116,700 damage. That's very, very, very good. The next highest after him is Xeno with 5,636,110, followed by Edrin at 5,326,620. After that, it goes down to Arrogance. My Arrogance at 4,285,580. Then we got Soul Pickens at 3,833,000, and then their Arrogance at 3,172,000. So, they did very well for having such a lower BP. So that was crazy. Ezrath is pretty cool. I've seen him a few times. He looks like he's pretty good DPS. I don't know what his details are, but he starts out strong at the very least. So for that battle, we got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 5,000 gold. It is now 2 a.m. for those who are keeping track of that. I don't have any of these others that I can reasonably fight, so I'll get out of there. We've got a background fight complete, 41,580 gold, 6,750 XP potions, a myriad of gear, 220 Lost Legacy trophies, 223 conquest points, 10 White Tower Scholar Demon Soldier shards, and 10 Necromancer Demon Soldier shards there. We are piling up the Demon Soldier shards, that's for dang sure. Also, Barut was refreshed, so let's check him out. He doesn't have anything really super fun, so let's refresh him. We get 3 refreshes a day. Nothing gorgeous on that one. Let's try again. Still not really loving it, so let's try it one more time. And no, I don't think I have any interest whatsoever in anything he has for me at the moment. Yeah, we shan't do it. Let's instead go over to events, and we'll go to Duel of Champions. That's for the arena fights. We'll get 100,000 gold for that. Not too shabby. Followed by Brave Conquest, where we got 100,000 more gold. So that's going to help us enhance some items. I have 58 minutes left on these events. Could we make it up to the 8,600 needed for the rare summoning crystals? I don't know. Could give it a go. Not sure. More likely, we could make it to this from here, though. There's 2 rare summoning crystals on this meter. So, let's go back. I think, I tell you what, we will put a few more fights into this Lost Legacy or of the Trial. Whether it gets very far or not, we may as well do it. I'll put it up, and then I'll use a couple of these huge stamina potions this time. Close this and max it out and start those 21 fights in the background. Get out of there. And then let's see. Let's enhance some more things. Come over here, come to the 0 to 3 window, and we're gonna bulk organize, check all, bulk enhance up to level 4. Alright, so we got some more pieces here. Don't know how excited I am about them, but we'll find out in a second. Go to 4 to 7, and then again I'm gonna go to bulk sell and try to sell off anything that I don't love. Which is almost everything, but not quite. 36,700 gold from that. Go back, and we're going to enhance this piece up to level 8. That's not exactly what I want it to be. So, we're going to sell this piece here. Sure, bulk sell, why not? Call it what you will. Got another 10,710 gold from that piece. Alright, now let's see if there's anything else that I want to level up to 16. I only have 417,005 gold at the moment, so really wouldn't be able to do too much. I don't know that I necessarily want to do any of it. I can do that piece. I would be willing to do that. So let's go back and yeah, I didn't select that piece. Interesting. Bulk organize update. Let's see if there's any of this. I know there's one piece that I want, but I'm just going to look through the recommended ones and see if there's any that I'm actually interested in. It's not looking grand. So yeah, I think I just want to do that one for the moment. We'll enhance this up to level 16. Yeah, that's okay. It's alright. Look okay there. Now that knocked us down to 181,625 gold, which isn't phenomenal, but it looks like we did get something in the Tales of the Smith. So I did unlock these 2 rare summoning crystals that I was trying to grab. So I'm happy enough with the way that turned out. Alright. Now, how long do we have left in the arena? We got another 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Got something over here. It's the, okay. So there's the zombie invasion, and then there's the immortal codex. We could try to rush through this real fast without really thinking about it once more. We've got the potions selected at the moment. So let's go ahead and turn on the ultimates here. And then we're going to just quickly make decisions about what to get. I'm going to try to go for light and dark. That's my preference when I have the selection of the potions as my tools of choice. So when I don't see light and dark, I'm going ahead and refreshing because I do want to try to get there if I can. I don't have as many options because when you choose potions, you just don't get um, as many refreshes as you do otherwise. And you can't purchase anymore unless you um, are, have it offered to you whenever it goes to increase the monster's attributes. That's the only time you can do it. So what I'm doing right now, because I'm trying to get through it faster than I otherwise would, is I'm just trying to make sure to get things that stack, and the more generalized it can be, the better it is. So if it says damage and it doesn't say what kind of damage, and that damage is being increased, then I'm going to grab that. If it says light or dark damage is increased, then I want to try to grab that, right? Because I'm going with light and dark. Like this says dark damage plus 20%. That's going to be over anything more specific, but damage plus 15% would be over dark damage of any kind or light damage, and those would be over specific damage like Spring of Sticks damage or Blazing Bolt damage. So that's just because you want to get non-specific and you want to get stuff that stacks whenever you're not paying a whole lot of attention to what you're grabbing. So that's kind of the method that I'm using for this at the moment. It's not a great method. It normally will get me up to at least wave 20. I can expect it to get me between wave 20 and wave 25 by that method. Again, this is not my recommendation for what to do overall. It's just something that you can do that'll get you a decent ways in there without using your brain very much. So if you're tired or if you're in a hurry or something like that, then it's just a quick way to get you up into the 20s normally. Right now I'm doing absolutely awful. Anytime you see that light and dark together, you can grab those in the potions if you're doing the light and dark setup, like what I've got right here. So see, damage plus 40% is better by far than damage than light damage plus 20%. When you've got the potions, you may as well go for the potion boost if that shows up. Expanding Spring of Sticks range and doing damage plus 40% is the obvious way to go on something like that. Whenever you are, again, just looking at that kind of, those numbers, basically. I've done the luck tools combined with fire and ice before and had good success with that as well. In case you're looking for a combination that works, I find that those combinations work pretty well. I haven't really done much with the physical, so I can't speak to that very much. I've done a little bit, but not a lot. anything that says increases or expands or it decreases the cooldown for a certain amount, that all stacks. However, if it's decreasing the cooldown, then while it's very good, it can, obviously max out because the cooldown is only so long, right? So that's something to consider, but it will definitely stack to some extent, to a large extent, I'd say. Sometimes you'll see some things that heal the gate, and that's always cool. But I find that when the enemy starts um, kind of piling up on your gates, you're in a bad position. That's what I typically find to be true. At that point, you're already on a bad side of things. So, right now I'm going to grab the physical damage. No, you know what? I'm not because I don't have enough gold left. Sometimes I'll grab something from a lineup like that just so that it refreshes the screen and you have more options on the next screen. But in that case, I didn't have enough gold to make that worthwhile because I wouldn't have been able to buy anything on the next screen anyway. And so it's no sense in getting physical damage increase when you don't actually have anything doing physical damage on your hero. So we're at the current wave is number 20 right now. And as you can see, things are not looking good. I got some refreshes from the last monster wave thing. And I'm going to use them until I find something, yes, like this, that increases the damage by 20%. So we're going to do summons one extra tornado with each summon. It's not going to matter because you're going to die anyway. But that was the choices made, right? All right, so that was wave 20. And we've got Spring of Sticks doing the most damage at 37%, followed by Blazing Bolt at 33%, then Tornado at 18%, and Lightning Chain at 9%. Normally, I find that Lightning Chain and Tornado are more utility than they are damage. Not always the case, but that's normally the case. All right, so we close this out, and over in the quest, we have challenge one time daily during the event, giving us 10 auto fight attempts. And then challenging 9 times during the event total gives us 10 ancient summoning crystal shards, which are very nice. So I'm all about it. I say do it every day while it runs. It ends in 5 days, so keep that in mind. Okay, hopping out of there, we're going to come over, first of all, to the arena, which should be ready, and it is. So let's refresh this. We have 1 arena permit left, and nothing to use it on. What a shame. What a shame. Alright, get out of there. And then we go right to storage, where we have some items waiting to be enhanced. There they are. Let's go bulk organize. We want all of that to be bulk enhanced up to level 4. Alright, cool. Now, got them to level 4. Let's get them here. Bulk sell. And we want to look through for anything worthwhile. And for anything not worthwhile, I guess it's more accurate. So we have one thing that we're going to keep, and the rest I'm going to sell. 88,080 gold. Then I want to take this one here and enhance it. Auto enhance up to level 8. See what it looks like. It's not great. It doesn't fill me with joy and all that, so we're going to trash it. Got it selected. There we go. So that was 10,710 selling that. Now let's check at the mine over here real fast. We got 2,500 coins, 1,900 XP potions, 12 stamina, 1 auto fight attempt, and 3 mithril here. Claim all that. Get out of there. And then you know what? I don't think that I have done my daily dragon attacks. It doesn't look like I have. I'm not going to do them the real way. I'm just going to auto fight, and these auto fights are old. So at some point I definitely want to redo them. It's probably been a month since I did an actual fight of the dragons. So unfortunately, I do need to definitely redo these. I think that I might have done this. Um, I maybe I had just gotten fairies, actually. I think that's accurate. Yeah, because there he is. So yeah, I had just gotten Aries and did this. I think Aries is the one who decreases the defense of the opponent when he fits in. And so I had grabbed him and thought that he would be fun to use against the dragon. Um, just to basically increases everyone else's damage by decreasing the defense of the single target. So and I think he did pretty well at his intended job here. It's kind of crazy how much damage Sulkden's does in this, and in this kind of fight, I would say in general. He kind of increases his damage over time to a single target. I mean, Setram and Sulkden's both kind of do to an extent. Alright, so that was, I think that was Nightmare 3. And then we'll just hit Nightmare 2 as well. And again, I'm just going to auto fight, so won't be all that exciting, but something I want to get done. As it is 2:18 a.m. and I won't be able to stay up very much longer. I have to go try to get started toward bed here in a little while. Let's get those overall statistics showing so that we can be amazed by Sulkden's outpacing arrogance there for a second. I'm trying to think when the last time I did this was. Like, when did I get Aries? Was it? I mean, it was weeks ago, at least. Maybe it's been. Maybe it's been over a month. Probably. So I definitely do need to redo at some point. Zoom it down there. Trying to see who all I have. So I did put Aries in this group. Looks like I have a Nora in here. She's very low on the DPM damage. She's kind of more of a AoE kind of girl. Alright, so we've got Drake's Chasm, 2 times, expand those rewards. We got 20 guild coins, 20 guild activity tokens, and 5,000 gold for that. Not too shabby. Still have some fights running in the background. I will. Okay, I've got all the quests, all the daily quests today. Come over to events just to see it. Looks like it's just the Immortal Codex that it's showing me. So, I suppose I should go to storage and let's see about any of these 0 to 3 things that we have right now. So I don't have a whole lot of gold still, obviously. Let's go ahead and bulk enhance these guys up to level 4. Okay, we got that. And then let's check level 4 stuff. And we want to bulk sell, which is probably what's going to happen to most of this stuff, if not all. I guess all of it. So sell that stuff. 44,040 gold there. And then we're going to have to wait on a few more rounds to complete. So let's go to the summon window. We've got a couple of ancient summoning shards. Let's go ahead and use some. Let's summon something there, see what we get. Alright, we got Nero, the 3-star mage from the Cultist and the Watcher factions. He is a lord of the Cultist faction. Nero is a flame-cloaked master of AoE damage and faction leader for the Cursed Cult. Crank the Heat. His daughter is Solil, and she is apparently better at magic using than old Nero is. What do we have next here? We got Skull, the 3-star fighter. With a galvanizing roar, Skull boots allies and lays enemies low, able to regenerate health when low. Alright, got those. And then, let's see, Crazy Invocation of Spirits gives us 2 times the chance of getting a legendary hero. Let's give it a go. We got 6 crystals to use. Let's use them. Alright, first and foremost, we have Langland, the 2-star healer. Langland is as devout as can be. His healing magic dispels negative effects, keeping allies in the fight. Alright, let's summon again. We got some spiritual altar points for Langland there. Followed by Cutter, 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Cutter launches poison-laced daggers with ease, but downs boos with less grace than an ox. Need to find out his backstory one of these days. Alright, we're going to follow that up with Walgrak, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrak slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. Alright, we got 3 more, counting this one here, with those crystals. And it is Screef, the 2-star marksman. Can't trust this one. This vile goblin will lead you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. And then we have Aiden, the 2-star fighter. Hulking and tanky, this trusted warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. Well, that seems all wonderful to have around in the party, doesn't it? He just is. He's so charismatic. He keeps you pumped up. Add another copy of Langland because the first one wasn't good enough. The 2-star healer. Langland is as devout as can be. Its healing magic dispels negative effects, keeping allies in the fight. Alright, just curious how many of these we have. We have none. I wasn't sure if we had any or not, but I thought I would look. I certainly wasn't going to use any, but it's too bad because there's old Nidar a lot here. Now, just out of curiosity, I know it hasn't been very long since I last got a legendary out of this, so I want to see exactly how long it has been. How many pulls have we done since the last legendary fell out? Okay, it was Aelin right here 1 day ago, but it was so 10 pages ago. So it would be 29 summons have passed since then. So that's where we're at the moment. 29. Alright, get out of there, come over to events. We got the spiritual altar giving us 1 5-star psychic power. That's very nice. I wonder how close that means I am to being able to promote somebody over here in the heroes thing. I think we don't need these guys, but here pretty soon I'm gonna hit one. I think that I need to. Yeah, Rosalia, that's the one. Rosalia, rather. Rosalia is the one I was wanting to star up. So, let's see how close we are to that. We would need 1 more guy. I wonder if we can do it. Let's see if we have anybody near there. All right, let's see. No, these guys are not sufficient. We use one of these, and that ought to work. So let's take this guy here, and we'll quick start him up. And then we go over here where he now is, and quick start him up again. Okay. And then we go to the next one here. And we can quick start him up again. And now I believe he's ready to be eaten, right? So we quick start up. Now hold on a second, just for curiosity's sake. There's a few we could do. There's also Leia over there. There's Morrigan. I don't want to do those. There's also Lu Bu, which is a reasonable choice. There's also the new healer, Aileen. I think I'm gonna stick with Rosalia for now. I don't know. She seems pretty good. Lu Bu also seems pretty good. It would be one of those two, I think, that I would choose. And I'm going to choose Rosalia. I think. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Alright, so let's go ahead. May as well. Current hero is suitable to be fused to obtain a higher quality hero. Continue. I don't think I care about that. So, yes. Makes me paranoid. Hold on, let's X out of here. Is this what I want to do? I think it is, right? Yes, okay. Everything okay. Gonna do it. Alright, so that increased all of her attributes a little bit. And let's see if we have any left to upgrade. We can upgrade a little ways. Not a whole lot, but we'll go ahead and get her up to apparently level 54. Not too bad. Good enough. Alright, we've got some things to collect here. 101,600 gold, 15,750 XP potions, a little bit of gear, 500 Lost Legacy trophies, 500 Brave Conquest points, 10 High Order Abyssal Beholder Demon Soldier Shards, and 10 Small Arachnids Demon Soldier Shards. So, pretty cool. Alright, get out of there. And then, over in the Oracle's Trial on Heroes Training, we have something to claim. And it is, very coolly, one rare summoning crystal, so we can go summon another guy inside. We also happen to be in second place on this. That's cool too. Oh, it ends in 30 minutes. This makes it somewhat intriguing. Let's go to the Gold Dragon Pass, weekly quests. Leveling up heroes 20 times got us 600 Gold Dragon tokens, and that levels us up to level 72. Pretty cool. Alright, quests. Starring up one hero to 4-star gives us 2 of these 5-star psychic power shards, and that refreshes our weekly thing. So that's cool. We can do various things to get rewards at this point then. Upgrade hero skills one time will get us 10,000, and actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's go to skills. Now, who do we have that we can upgrade a skill with? We got one for Xena here. Hey, why not? Let's see. We have 3 that we could use. 3 of the skill crystals available. I think I would rather do Solkadens than those guys. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with Solkadens and upgrade something else. Alright, the Fates have chosen Hellfire Emperor, his passive. Trigger chance plus 5%. Well, cool, that works. Alright, I'll take it, you know. And I've gotten... Okay, let's see. Gotten on the screen there. Alright, promotions. I can promote some people with what I have right now. I wonder though, do I have anything running? I don't have anything running in the background, so let's make something be running in the background here. Let's go with this. Even though I didn't really intend to put more into it tonight, we're gonna do it. Start this, use one more of these huge stamina potions, and then we'll max this out 9 times and get going on that. Get out of there. And we are number 1 in the hero training at the moment. Now that's something that could change it in a second. The number 2 is in Taiwan, China, so I think they're probably still up and going at this point. But anyway, we will not worry about it terribly. Come over here, we got this quest to claim. Upgrading hero skills 1 time gave us that 10,000 gold. Come out of there. I want to try to enhance some more gear. So come over here to 0 to 3 again. We're going to go to both organized, choose all of them, enhance up to level 4. Okay, got that done. Check the level 4 to 7s, and then again we're going to go to bulk sell. I know this is sort of a repetition, or repetitious, I should say, thing, but it is what it is. We got 6,700 gold for that, and then let's enhance this guy up to level 8. That's not terrible, but I don't think it's worth keeping at the same time. We have it at level 8, and that's as high as it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and sell it if I can manage to click buttons well. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Got 10,710 gold for that one. Okay. Let's check the arena again. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. It's not lovely. I don't find great excitement in the situation. But hey, why not? Let's go ahead. This guy only has 20,000 more VP than we do on his monsters, so sure, why not? Auto fight. Let's see how smashed we can get here. Sorry about that. Scooting the chair provided angry sounds. Ground versus chair. Oh, who are they going to throw out first? Looks like they're starting with Nazal, which is a good choice. Nazal has Red Lotus Revenge. When activated, increases attack by 60% and expands attack range to create Windfire Whirl, lasting for 30 seconds. When the ultimate ends, deals up to 300% AoE damage to up to 10 enemy targets in range, based on the number of weapon switches performed during the ultimate. So that's Nazal. Then they've thrown out Dao Chan, which has a Lover's Requiem, switching between Serenade of Hope and Song of Sorrow. One of those is a DPS boost, and one of them is a healing song. Then they have Talon. Talon has Nature's Resolve. Increases attack by 40% and all damage reduction by 20%. Dispels 1 debuff from the hero every 5 seconds, and when taking direct damage, restores 5% of their max HP for the hero and adjacent allies. Yes, what a slaughter from Oops. What was it? Inquisitor. Alright. So, very nice. Inquisitor. With 396,789 BP. The top damage on the board was Nazal with 4,900,530. followed by Xena at 3,121,430, and then Edrin, 2,691,140, and then not too far behind is that new Mara over there, 2,338,860. Pretty cool. We got 3 arena coins and 4 gold champions points for that fight. Alright, we've used our last arena permit, and let's see. Things are going along pretty swimmingly. Hero training, we would need quite a bit more to be able to reach that 3,000 we would need for the 5-star psychic power shard, unfortunately. There's 15 of those in that movie, which is pretty cool. I'm just not gonna make it there with what I have, I didn't think. I don't really have any way to do any more starring up or promoting of heroes. I could upgrade some hero skills, probably. I don't know that it would be worthwhile. So I don't think I'll focus on that. The only other things that I might do, Duel of Champions would be cool, but I don't have the arena permits to be able to do that, unfortunately. We can do that tomorrow, though, because we still have 2 days left on that. Brave Conquest is all about looting the stuff from the levels. Doesn't look like I'm probably going to make it to the next reward from that, unfortunately. Tales of the Smith is the one for enhancing gear. We're still a good ways away from the next reward there, which is at 8,000. We're at 6,880. We don't have any lucky roulette cogs to spin. Spiritual Altar, we're not too terribly far away from this legendary skill crystal. I don't know that I'm that intrigued by it. The event sign-in we don't need to mess with. Zombie Invasion we've done, and Immortal Codex we haven't done, but I'm not going to tonight. So it looks like I'm pretty much in a good enough situation here to be able to call it a night. I'm wondering if there was anything else that I'm forgetting to do. But I don't. I mean, well, you know what? Let's go to the summon window. Make sure that I didn't. Okay, I do have one more guy I could use here. Sure, let's do it. Let's summon one more time, and then call it a night after that. How about that? Let's see what we've got. Alright, we have Arlo, the 2-star fighter, a masked man of the people. Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. Very nice. He has a fellow who's obsessed with him too, which is kind of weird. But, because it's like they're the same, they're both green. And I think they're both fighters, and they're both green. So, I just haven't understood. And you know what? Let's go see if we can find out real fast before I get off. If we go to the gallery, and then we would have to go to all, I believe. And then we want to try to find, maybe, there's Arlo, and we can go to this story, but actually, he's not the one I want to look at. I think the guy we want to look at is, like, Ryder or something. So there was Arlo. Is this Ryder? Halder? No, Halder's the one seeking to repay a debt. Actually, I've been curious about this guy, this Halder fellow. He's the one who needs to repay a debt. What's his story? Alright, life in the frozen wastes of the Frostblaze Coast is difficult for the Aboriginal snowfolk, a warlike people who make their fragile livelihood, fishing, logging, hunting, trading in the great port to the south, or fighting for honor and coin. Growing up in a whaling family with the great northern castle of Ultimus Noir on the horizon, Halder found his life not only difficult, but immensely dull. When he came of age, he left his family to seek employment in the port, swearing to send them enough money to free them from their life of toil. Once in the port, he was hired by henchmen from a Celestian crime syndicate to settle a debt owed by a whaling village to the north. He sailed north with them, guiding them along the perilous coasts before realizing he was taking them closer to his hometown. As the boat turned toward the village, Halder understood what was happening and tried his best to fight them off, killing some before being stabbed and thrown overboard, left for dead. By some miracle, he was saved by a mysterious passing fisherman who healed him and told him the Celestian vessel had sunk thanks to the Tempest Almighty, and he now owed it a debt of blood, or else his family's whaling ship would be next. Halder thus decided to leave his homeland for new horizons to pay back the debt he owed to his new lord. That seems a little suspicious. Alright. Then, who's the guy we want? Is it this one here? Ryder, here we are. Alright, this is the one. Now, let's look at his story, because he's the one who's obsessed with Arlo, and I'm curious why. Oh, this is a very short story. Ryder was once working for Arlo, and was so impressed by his demeanor that he fanatically copied Arlo's every move. He wears a hood identical to Arlo's, and uses the same weapon as his, trying to make himself a second Arlo in every way. I feel that that could probably be expanded upon. That's interesting. All right. Well, he wears the same clothes and he copies him. So there we go. It's really not that much more different than his initial story here. All right. Cool. All right. We finished these background fights. We got 46,200 gold, 6,750 XP potions, a little variety of gear here, 200 Lost Legacy trophies, and 200 Brave Conquest points. Alright, and I think that's going to be it for me for now. I guess I'll run one more of these gear raids because we have 24 points, 24 stamina points that is, and so that's enough for an auto fight. We'll go ahead and do that. But otherwise, I think I'm going to be out for the night. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see next time I go live. Hopefully I will see you all then. Have a good night.